Hi, this is Ginger from Neilson Dynasty. I want to love you. Ooh. Hi, we're Sleeping Boys, Gandalf and Harley from Neilson Dynasty. Hi, I'm Dixie from Neilson Dynasty. Shadows into the room, but that's not what this is about. I'm Neil from Neilson Dynasty. Please like, share, and subscribe. Do buy some silver and some platinum because you will be blown away with what platinum's going to do in the next year or so. And be kind, helpful, and grateful because it's better than being a jerk. Because, being a jerk is what we're fixing to see on this report.
Coronaviruses. A coronavirus refers to a group of RNA viruses that can cause respiratory illness in human beings. Most of you already know this. So the question you should be asking is, what was the need for such an experiment? Was China trying to create a bioweapon? There is no ruling this out because the Wuhan scientists were not alone in the experiment. Accompanying them were Chinese military personnel in lab coats. You heard that right.
Chinese military personnel were helping to work on the coronavirus. Interesting.
What job do they have in a science lab? Unless, of course, they are working on a combined confidential bioweapon project. 5 years before the pandemic started, scientists in the Chinese military wrote a paper. That paper predicted a third world war. Not any ordinary war, but one where viruses serve as bioweapons. The paper talks about coronaviruses, quote unquote, heralding a new era of genetic weapons. And it goes on to say how these weapons can be unleashed in a way never seen before. Well, the Wuhan virus did unleash a once in a lifetime crisis. And these Chinese scientists knew this because they were likely already working on weaponizing coronaviruses. Let me just read out what the Sunday Times published. Investigators who scrutinized top secret intercepted communications and scientific research believe Chinese scientists were running a covert project of dangerous experiments which caused a leak from the Wuhan Institute of Virology and started the COVID-19 outbreak. You see, the ball was set rolling in 2003. That is when the Wuhan lab began experimenting with SARS and the origin of SARS. Soon, the lab started hunting for coronaviruses in China's many bat caves and experimenting with these dangerous viruses. None of this was safe, and the lab knew it. But its scientists justified toying with coronaviruses. How? Well, they said the risk was worth it because their work may help develop vaccines for coronaviruses. Those vaccines never came. But in the year 2016, people in Yunnan province started falling sick. They had symptoms similar to SARS. Many of these people died. The scientists realized these people were infected with a new type of coronavirus. And what did they do? They hid this critical and deadly information from people. Instead, samples from the multiple coronaviruses found in Yunnan were carried to the Wuhan lab. The report says these very viruses are now recognized as the only members of COVID-19's immediate family known to have been in existence pre-pandemic. Basically, they could possibly be viruses that mutated into COVID-19. A classified program reportedly began after Yunnan to make the virus found there more infectious to human beings. And cut to 2019, people in Wuhan started falling sick. What had happened in the lead up to the outbreak? In November 2019, researchers working in this program started falling sick with symptoms eerily similar to COVID-19. They were taken to the hospital. Soon, others in Wuhan started falling sick. People started dying. Cut to March 2020, Wuhan virus was declared a pandemic. 7 million people lost their lives.
All right, well, I'm going to end this report here because I don't like keeping these things too long. I like keeping these reports short. But the moral of the story is this. China owes the world, at least $70 trillion for killing 7 million people in an undeclared biological, apparently. I gotta watch what I say. This is YouTube. I'll get another strike. Anyhow, you saw the report. The report didn't get a strike, so I can't say much more on it, or else I'll get a strike on my YouTube channel. But anyhow, you guys have a nice night, and think about it. It's interesting.